Alright y'all, as you can see, I'm back on the ridge tonight. Got a lot of snow on the ground, but just judging from the tracks, a lot of the sign's about a day old. But there's tons of squirrel sign, I mean all around logs and stuff. I just haven't really figured out if I want to get set up overlooking this big bottom right here, this whole flat down in here, or if I want to get set up where I hunted the very last time, which is literally just over that hillside right there, is where me and Jamie killed all those ones, seen all them squirrels. There was a pile of them right off this point. But that was December 23rd. Today is January the 14th. But when I get set up, I'll let y'all know what's been going on, the reason why I haven't hunted at all. I just haven't really decided. This is crucial, especially on winter days like today when it's literally in the negatives in the evenings. You know, today's gonna be a high of 21, but on days like this, it's very crucial to get set up in the majority of the sign. I see a lot of sign right here. There could potentially be a lot of sign over that hill too, or even a ton of it over here. I guess, you know, scouting's the best thing to do in a scenario like this. Squirrels today's probably not gonna go far from their den tree. Tomorrow, however, it's gonna get up in the 40s. So there should be squirrels everywhere. It's as warm as it's been for the past 2 weeks. It's been in the negatives now for like 6 days. Squirrels should be everywhere and active. But anywho, I honestly think what I'm going to do is I've seen like 6 different sets right here. Could potentially be the same squirrel, but you know, there's 6 sets of tracks that I've seen. I guess you can't call them sets because, like I said, they could be the same squirrel. But anywho, I think what I might do just for tonight, because there were so many on December 23rd over this bank here, I'm gonna pop over this knoll here, get set up and watch that flat tonight. And if I don't have much luck, then tomorrow night I'll get set up and face this side and just trial and error, try to figure out where they're at, because I'll be in the woods now all the way until the last day, which is December 31st. So I'm gonna put as many days in. Hopefully the snow will melt soon and get out of here. But like I said, I'll go get set up and I'll get all that back at y'all in a minute. Alright y'all, welcome back. It's been a few days since y'all last saw me. Just been very busy and stuff. I ain't been able to get out, and I've been dealing with a ton of this stuff right here. We had a pile of snow, but luckily it's been melting the last few days, and I honestly think by tomorrow night it should all be gone. It's starting to open up on these ridges and stuff, but it's been like 16 degrees, 18 degrees as a high throughout the weeks and shit. So like I said, I just literally ain't been hunting at all. But the weather has flipped around. It's almost 50 degrees today, and I'm wanting to say the next 3 days is going to be between 40 to 50 degrees. So all the way up till the very last day of squirrel season. So that's an awesome plus. And just from coming into the woods, I've got squirrel tracks all over me on this ridge. This ain't where I really want to hunt tonight. I'm kind of thinking about dropping off in this bottom over here and getting set up, because this is the exact spot right here where I hunted last year on the last day, and I seen tons. I just was unable to kill any. But I saw some squirrels off that bottom last year, and last year as soon as I popped up here, I seen squirrels everywhere, but I ain't seen nothing. I just see tracks everywhere, but I don't see actual squirrels. So I think for tonight, just because the next 2 days is mainly going to be me trying to get everything ready for the last day of season. As y'all know, if you follow the channel, the last day of squirrel season, I come into the woods and I don't leave. I literally come in until like a minute or two after shooting light, legal shooting light, and I stay until the end of legal shooting light. On the last day, I eat lunch and everything out here. So I'm just trying to scout and cover a lot of ground so I can try to get on squirrels for the very last day of the season, which it will be a whole separate video, but you guys will be following along with me for the next 2 days as I'm trying to locate, and then we're going to kill what we can. If we run into a bunch, we're going to be slinging them down range, you know. But I got the Umarex, Air Venturi 25 caliber wood edition with me again tonight. Like I said, you know, y'all see this gun for the rest of the season. This is the only rifle I'll be bringing with me. But got some big nut trees right here in this bottom. These are a bunch of nut trees up here, and there's a bunch of them in that ravine. But like I said, I just kind of want to get set up in that ravine. So I'm gonna head on down in there, find me a real good area to overlook a bottom or something, and we're gonna get set up for the night. Y'all stay tuned. Whole bunch of old tracks going in between these trees. Bunch of them. Bunch of dig marks. You got dig, digs and digs all around this, and there's this trails and stuff going up this tree right here. I'm finally set up, as you can see. This is my view. I got two big trees in front of me just to help keep me a little bit covered, because with this snow you're easy to spot. So I wanted something to kind of block my body and stuff. I'd prefer limbs because you can move to shoot, but this will still work. I just have to wait until one gets in my opening. But I got a big shooting lane right here in front of the camera, and then I can shoot anywhere back up this ridge behind me and all over here to my left. But it's pretty windy today. I don't know what the wind will be tomorrow. I haven't checked, but regardless, I'll be out here. Like I said, I'm gonna try something a little different. I'm gonna try to get in on an early morning hunt. I ain't hunted early morning for, oh man, I bet you it's been a better part of a month. But last time I did, I saw a lot of squirrels, so try to make my way back out here for a morning hunt, and tomorrow night too. Alright y'all, I'm not going to keep you around too long. Let's see what comes out tonight. Might even get lucky and see us a couple deer tonight. I've seen lots of deer tracks, so might be able to film a couple of them feeding in the snow and whatnot. Alright y'all, as of right now, I got 3 squirrels right here behind me. I had one right here, literally 20 yards. I had no clue. I've been watching this ravine up here on the right. I moved. I was on the backside watching that bottom till a little after 3:30, and I decided to bounce into this holler. But I just happened to turn around, look behind me, and I seen the one down on the end, like 40 yards, sitting on the log. When I went to spin, this one saw me and jumped. Took off up one of these trees. And as I kept sitting here, trying to get a shot on this one, which eventually he did give me a shot, but I pulled the trigger and my gun was on safety. And that time he hopped out of that little hole that I had, and he went to the left. Then about that time, I saw one go on up the log and jump down the back. And I've been sitting there for like 3 more minutes, and I seen another one coming down a tree right where I was earlier. There's this one right here. I see him. He's coming back. He's just a little bit too far, y'all. I keep shot low both times. I seen the snow fly up in my scope. I need to get over there. I'm gonna ease up and grab this GoPro. We're gonna move up in there and set for the last half hour of daylight. Try to get closer to him. That's a big one too. Big squirrel. I'm just backing on out of this spot. There's squirrels everywhere. I believe if I had just stayed right where I was earlier this afternoon, I would eventually got a really close shot at them. But that very last squirrel y'all seen, he was just now right up there on that branch. And right when I went to get on him and get the gun brought up and around, these stupid bipods get caught up on everything. And long story short, he seen me, but I'm gonna shoot a knot on the side of one of these trees. And I just gotta make sure my gun's on, because something's up. I should have killed at least the squirrel I shot at before. That was an easy shot. That was a 30-yard shot in the wide open. I put it right on his head and squaz and missed him. So the other two was kind of far. Like I said, I shot a little bit low on them, but that last one should have been definitely dead. So there's a good tree right up here. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot. I'll let y'all know what happens if my gun's off. I still got daylight. I need to sight it in. I'm gonna come right back in here in the morning and get set up right up on that knoll, because all of them's right here. All right, y'all, the gun was shooting literally just a hair to the right. I went ahead and moved the sight shot again, and I took out a knot at like 35 yards. Clear up there on that hillside. It's just frustrating, man. I sat out here in the cold all freaking night. Finally got squirrels in range, and everything went to crap right there. Had one beautiful wide open shot, missed that squirrel. I mean, it had to be so close because how close I'm hitting to them, but my fault. I ain't used this gun for probably 2 weeks, a better half of 2 weeks. So I should have shot it before I came hunting, just to make sure that everything was still good, because apparently it got knocked off in the safe. Which it makes sense. I took some guns out a while back, and these things get bumped around a little bit, especially with these bipods. They get caught on everything in there. So like I said, tonight I'm taking these bipods off, and then we're going to be right back on this ridge. These squirrels went right back in their den trees. One went up there, 2 of them went over there. That's all right. I'll get back on them first thing in the morning. I know right where I need to go and kill them as soon as I get out of their hole. We're in here for our evening hunt. As y'all can see, a lot of the snow has melted today. It's actually 52 degrees, so it's warmer today than what it was yesterday. I know I said that you'd see me this morning, but just with the conditions that we've had and stuff, I just ain't had much motivation. Even after I seen these squirrels last night, it was very tough for me to get out of bed this morning. Nonetheless, we are out here, but Friday I will be out here morning and evening, right at first light all the way to evening. I'm not sure where I'm hunting yet, because depending on how good this spot is, if I see a pile of squirrels in this spot tonight, I'll come back here. But if I'm only seeing 4 or 5, I think Friday morning we're going to go to a different location and start our morning hunt there. So you all will know where we're going to go on the next video, because it'll be its own video. But again, I got my Humor shot it again at home, and it's dead on. So as y'all can probably hear, it's really windy, but I got a big open bottom right here. I kind of wished I had just sat right here last night. This log, there were coming ups right here. This log that y'all see running right next to me, this is the log that all of them was playing on. They're running up these big trees in front of me. One's got a hole right here next to me. I can actually see the hole, so I gotta kind of hold still, and hopefully he don't come out and see me. If he is in there, who knows? I just happened to look back last night. As far as I know, them squirrels could have all been down in this bottom right here and just slowly worked their way up the hill. as the light was feeding. So as of right now, my gun's dialed in at 30 yards, which is what I want because these pellets at 50, they do group pretty good, but not as good as JTS's. JTS's is one hole. These at 30 is one hole, about a dime size group, but at 50 it's like a little bit bigger than 2/4, which a lot of people argue that shoot break barrels. They'll say, oh, that's plenty, which I mean it could be, but I want it to be deadly accurate. I'm always trying to shoot them in the head. I don't try to shoot them in the body with this because the pellet's so big. It's just like hitting them with a 22, honestly. A lot of people will say 22 won't tear them up, but if you hit their legs and you eat their legs, their front legs, a lot of times you'll blow them, mangle them. Not as bad as like a 17, but this will still do just as much damage. Eventually we should have 2 or 3 squirrels laying dead, so y'all just stay tuned. That's enough blabbering and talking. Could have pulled, I could have hit a branch. I'm gonna chalk it up to these little limbs that was in between me and him. I might have hit one just enough to where the pellet got thrown off. It was right where he was sitting. I just aimed right on his head and it just shot to the right a few inches. But alright, y'all, I see 2 squirrels down the ridge from me. I got about a half hour of legal shooting light left. I'm gonna try to hit the quarters and bring them up here closer. The one that I missed behind me, I haven't seen the rest of the evening, so he must have went back in the hole. But if I can get this to call out enough, I might be able to bring him up in here. Y'all, I'm not editing none of that. I hit the quarters. The squirrel come up and literally, my rangefinders won't work. I guarantee $100. It was under 5 yards. I just looked over as soon as I started hitting him and he jumped up right here. I mean, freaking, I could have spit on him. And he ran back at like 15. I dropped him. And when he fell, another one started barking right on the backside of the tree. So I'm just going to sit quiet and keep hitting my quarters. Hopefully these 2 will come up out of the bottom and we can get a shot on one of them. But just as I told y'all, this gun's dead on. I held right in the middle of about the middle of his neck when I shot. It sounded like I smacked him right in the neck. I'm telling you, quarters work. They would 100% the best squirrel call you'll ever use in your life. Alright, as y'all can see, we still have a little bit of light. I'm gonna dart up the hill and get around to this other ridge. Check it out and see, but there he is, right through the neck, right where I was aiming. But I'm not going to switch this scope out. I was sitting here thinking, it's so damn cold, I don't feel like moving targets. There goes a squirrel down in that bottom. 2 of them, 3 of them, way down there in that bottom. There goes another one right there. I found a potential spot for the last day that I want to hunt, but in the morning I'm going to be jumping into an area that I ain't hunted since late season. Not first thing in the morning. Tomorrow night I'm going to go
to a spot that I ain't hunted late season, but that's the last spot of the season that I want to try. Or early season is the last time I hunted it. Back in September. Seen quite a bit of activities, had a lot of den trees, which is really good for this time of year. So I'm gonna go try it tomorrow night, and then Friday morning I might start right there in that bottom, because there's like 13 squirrels, but then again I might hunt over where I'm going tomorrow night because there might be more squirrels. So who knows. Anyway, tomorrow is gonna be the last leg for this video. And finally, I mean, after struggling, finally got a perfect opportunity, even though the ones yesterday was. But like I said, my rifle was off yesterday, but we dialed her in, and I missed that one tonight, but I'm gonna guess I hit a limb. But then again, I reloaded, and this one here gave me a perfect shot at about 12 yards. Smoked his head, dropped him. So with that being said, I'll catch you all first thing in the morning. His temperature's dropping big time. Whew, starting to get pretty cold. Alright y'all, here we are, the last day for this video, and it's the evening. I'm back in, like I said, an area that I ain't hunted since early season. This area here is mostly just den trees. There ain't very many nut trees. I mean, there's a couple beech trees throughout right here, but they're mostly just big den trees, holes all in them and everything. But early season, I seen quite a bit of squirrels right here. So I figured tonight I'd slip in here and just get set up. It's a nice little flat with a bunch of ridges running down into it and stuff, and a whole bunch of laid down logs and all that. And if y'all been followers of the channel, you know, laid down logs, that's what I try to hunt on. But we're gonna give it a try in here, and then in the morning, if this don't pan out, I kind of want to go hunt that flat where I seen all them ones last night. I want to get in there in the morning for the last day of season, and if I don't have much luck in the morning, I'll probably go somewhere else in the evening. I got a big den tree right here in front of me. There's about 9 holes in it, so hopefully something comes out of one of them later. Alright y'all, just to update you, I've been here for a little over an hour. I had one squirrel come out right here behind me, and he went right back in the den tree. But the funny thing is, I know he didn't see me. I was right behind a big tree. I didn't even know he was there till I heard him jump across the branches. And I watched him go up in this big tree, got a big hole in it. And I sat here for about another 20 minutes, and I just heard something, looked up, and I saw one coming down a tree about 80 yards out. So I got the quarters on me. I'm gonna go ahead and start calling. Hopefully I can bring this one down one of these logs off this ridge and make a shot on him. So far so good. I mean, it's the earliest I've seen him. It's gonna be 60 degrees tomorrow. But like I said, it's gonna rain for sure in the morning, 100%. I just checked the radar, it is coming, but like I said, it's a ways off right now, so I'm just hoping we can make it for an evening hunt tomorrow night. But so far in this spot, there's been 2 squirrels, and I still got like 3 hours of daylight, so. Yo, I am struggling trying to get squirrels on camera. I was calling with quarters for a while, wasn't seeing that one. I could hear it up there running around. It sounded like 2 of them. And long story short, it sounded like a dang tree falling. I turned around behind me. If y'all remember, I said there's a tree right here with a bunch of holes in it. There's a tree to the right of it. 2 squirrels come chasing each other down it. It's probably 35 yards away. Well, I had to spin around because I was just now facing this hillside where this squirrel's at. So I picked everything up, moved it. When I did, the one squirrel saw me, took off running down in this bottom. But the other one come up the tree, didn't see me. He come across this branch, and he just went in the hole where all them other holes are. So I'm gonna sit here super quiet. I'll call quarters, and eventually I think I can get that one to come up on the fork of that tree, and I can kill him. He's only 30 yards away, so. that was a far shot. I did get him. I hit him hard. He drug himself. I'm gonna go up here and try to find him. Y'all stay tuned. Fortunately, I made a terrible shot, and who knows where he went. I went up and looked for a while. I didn't want to make a whole bunch of noise, but I at least wanted to go make sure that I couldn't recover him. And I think he went into a hole or something at the base of a tree, because squirrels literally nowhere to be seen. But like I said, I still hear a pile of them barking. The camera might pick them up as long as I sit quiet, but they're back in this holler, so I'm gonna ease that way. But tomorrow it's supposed to rain, but just come back for tomorrow's video and stuff when I upload it, and the last day, and see how everything turns out. But it's supposed to rain in the morning. It's going to rain for sure, but hopefully it's done by noon and we can get in here, because I got an idea, and I know tomorrow should be a really good hunt if I can get right where I want to get without boogering the squirrels or them even knowing. I'm going to take my time, slip in here as quiet as possible, and get set up. So anyway, if I run into some, y'all will know, and if not, this has been your host Trey with Huntfishohio Outdoors, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and let's go see if we can't put one more down before shooting light ends.